Now, the utmost need to bridge the generational gap that has again come to the fore at the unveiling of the Nigerian Youth Trends and Culture Report. The report is an in-depth study of emerging trends amongst members of Nigerian youth class, which is aimed at helping both government and businesses understand the new culture and behavioral patterns amongst Nigerian youths and how to engage them. Now, News Central's Bettina and Nwelih tells us more.
The unveiling of the Nigerian Youth Trends and Culture Report is an in-depth survey of common trends among members of the Nigerian youth class, globally referred to as the Millennials and Gen Zs, to help both public and private sector organizations to understand the new patterns among the youth population and how to engage them.
For us in government, it's a very big lesson that we need to find a way to the kind of language that we used to talk to our young people. We need to find ourselves in their space so that whatever we need to do for us to improve as a government, as a community of people who understand what the future means to young people.
There's no shortcut to the top. So I think it's just about every, ancestral kind of individual to accommodate the Gen Z and be there and, provide that listening ear and that guidance so that the home will be a better place to live in. When the home is a better place to live in, the community becomes a better place to live in. Then it goes bigger to Lagos, becomes a better place to live in. Then it becomes Nigeria, becomes a better place to live in so that we all stop jackpying.
The report is conceived as a significant leverage document for public and private sector organizations to get into the heart of the youth class.
Let me give an example of one of the trends, we've been tracking, is what is called the rise of populism. Now, everywhere, from the Arab Spring to the recent protest in Paris to, some of the ones we have experienced in Nigeria, the NSAS movement, those are expressions of the rise of populism, inclusive of what we witnessed during the last election. And why are we tracking trends? Why are we tracking culture? There is a saying that culture will eat strategy for breakfast.
The event was attended by a mix of industry leaders from across the government, music, media, arts, sports, fashion, and ICT sectors, among others that constantly engage the Nigerian youth. The organizers say the intent of the report is to change the way government and indeed businesses in Nigeria see and engage with the Nigerian youth segment by offering them deep insights into the thinking and preferences of the millennials.
I wouldn't say one generation is easier to work with, but what is more important to me is the fact that we have more visibility, we have more information, we have more knowledge into what makes our consumers tick. Because that's the fundamental of how we are able to serve them. All of the strategies, all of the policies, all of the campaigns that we develop every day boils down to really what touch points, where we're activating. So we need to know how they want to be spoken to, where they want to be spoken to, and of course, more importantly, what they want.
Generation Z will soon surpass millennials as the most populous generation on Earth, with more than 1/3 of the world's population counting themselves as Gen Zers. To attract Gen Z, employers must be ready to adopt a speed of evolution that matches the external environment. That means developing robust training and leadership programs with a real and tangible focus on diversity. Bettina and Nwelih, reporting for News Central.